This talk is on the subject of a video affirmation. And a video affirmation is it's like a short video that you make. And in this video, you do it from the perspective of some goal or accomplishment, from the perspective of already having achieved this objective. And then you watch this video, and it gives you confidence in your ability to actually achieve it. And first I'd like to say I would like to thank you for taking the time at this right now to listen to this message. And I'm in my home in beautiful Seattle, Washington, and something very unusual is happening today. The sun is shining, and I'm sitting next to the love of my life, my grand piano. I do a lot of recording here and do piano performances here as well. Last night I made the most outstanding recording, that is the same message, and it was probably the best video I ever made on giving a talk on affirmations. And I was so impressed with it. I knew that that when people watch this video, it would change the world. And I was so happy about it. And then when I was done, I noticed that the batteries were dead. So I lost the most perfect recording I did, and I thought to myself, isn't it interesting? Some of our best performance in life goes unobserved sometimes. But then I thought, then since I did it in the wee hours of the morning last night, and now it's here early in the morning, I wanted to remake this video. I'm thinking, boy, I probably look like I'm tired or who knows what. But please view this video not from my ability to do speaking or lack of ability, but from the content, from the message that I'm going to give. And a little message too, something that one insight I had about the video that didn't work last night. Although I said sometimes our best performance goes unobserved, it always goes observed by us. So no matter whoever is giving us an acknowledgement or acclaim for anything that we're doing, we are witnessing all of our actions. And when we are performing in an outstanding way, even if we ourselves are present with that and can acknowledge ourselves for that, that helps us to increase our skill level and our confidence level. And it does something good for us, because we're not here to be comparing ourselves with others. We're here to compare ourselves with ourselves and to do the best we can. So this talk on video affirmations, I invite you to listen to it from the perspective of giving service to other people. In other words, try to find some idea, some practical thing that you can learn from this talk that might be of use to other people that might benefit them in their lives. I found that, in my experience, one of the best and most fulfilling ways we can live our life is in the service of other people. Because as we serve others, it seems to be that more skills and abilities seem to come to us to enable us to even serve even more. Not to mention the kind of remuneration that we can get in terms of not just money, but satisfaction and acknowledgement in our service to other people. So I find one of the most fascinating things in life that I like to study is the science of personal achievement, or you might say it's how do you get from the idea to the physical equivalent, or how do you get from the thought to the real thing, or the desire. There's something you want to do. How do you get to the result, or you have an intangible, an idea. Well, how do you get to the tangible, something you can touch as a result of that? And so the idea of using an affirmation is merely a tool, a strategy, a supportive thing that you can do in the process of going from an idea to, or a desire, to the physical equivalent. And remember, you don't really have to have or get to the physical equivalent of anything. If you're having a good time in life, if you're growing, if you're getting happiness and fulfillment, because you're growing towards something and you have to develop more insights, abilities, and skills in the way of getting there, well, now that's allowing you to enjoy all parts of life as you're getting there, because the skills we get as we become more able to achieve a particular goal, these skills generally are transferable to every area of life. As we grow toward one goal, like a goal I recently worked on was to lose 25 pounds, well, I learned a lot in the attainment of that goal that's applicable in many parts of life. So an affirmation is basically, it's a statement that you make in reference to some goal that you'd like to achieve, some experience you'd like to have, some state of being that you'd like to have. It's something you say, or it can be something you can feel. There are many different ways of expressing an affirmation, but the idea behind an affirmation, it's something that supports or energizes or gives you a constant reminder, keeps your attention on, keeps you focused on something that you'd like to stay focused on, something you'd like to do. And a friend of mine once told me, you know, David, these affirmations don't work. And it's funny because we were talking for a couple of hours, and he was in the Army, and it's funny because he had just come back from McDonald's, and he had a new Toyota car, and in the 2 hours that we were talking, he had the radio on in the car, and I noticed an advertisement. One was "Be All You Can Be and Join the Army," and the other advertisement was "Oh What a Feeling," Toyota, "Oh What a Feeling," and another advertisement on the radio was "You Deserve a Break Today at McDonald's." So here he was telling me that affirmations don't work, and here's a guy that's in the Army driving a Toyota, eating a McDonald's hamburger, and there's all these this news coming from the advertisements from the radio. And I thought, I wonder if he listened to this radio before he got these things too. So I thought to myself, maybe you're right, maybe affirmations don't work. But after that conversation, I thought, well, it sure looked like they worked for him, but it wasn't his affirmations that were working necessarily. It was the affirmations of other people. So affirmations work, and whether your life is going to be based upon the influence of other people's affirmations, or based on the influence of your choice of affirmations and your choice of what you'd like to do, well, that's kind of up to you. And knowing full well that you can be influenced by the other people's messages, it gives you, I think, a little bit more of a case in support of doing affirmations. It puts you in control, a little bit more control in the direction in your life. By the way, you can't see it, but behind the camera here is my refrigerator, and I have all kinds of pictures of healthy food and lists of healthy food, low calorie, high energy food, nutrient dense foods and all this. And I've had this there for some time, and I've noticed that as I keep this on my refrigerator, whenever I'm at the store, I tend to buy that kind of food, and that's the kind of food in my refrigerator. And a lot of this is what helped me to lose the 25 pounds. So that's a form of an affirmation, having a picture of something that you'd like to have. I wanted healthy food, and there it is. Well, I'm going to talk about a video affirmation, and these are very fun to do. It's just a short video that you can make. You can make it right on your cell phone camera, or like on a camera that I'm using right here. And it could be a minute long, it could be 10 seconds long, it could be 10 minutes long. And it's a video where you act out having already accomplished something that you would like to do. And then you watch that over and over again. And I think it's fun to do it in an interview format. I made my first 2 video affirmations last week with my good friend Roy. And he's the one who loaned me this camera that I'm making this video from. Well, I did it on the subject of money and on a relationship. And I did it from an interview perspective, and I made a list of questions I wanted him to ask me about these, so that it would challenge my thinking and allow me to come up with some ideas, kind of like a brainstorming session, some ideas on how I might actually begin on these goals. So you can do it from an interview perspective, and you can do this video affirmation in a group setting, which I think is a lot of fun. Invite 3 or 4 friends over, and make a video as though you're having a party, a celebration, like a graduation or something, in honor of the fact that you've achieved something. Maybe your goal might be to lose 25 pounds, like the goal that I had. So you can have your friends say, "Oh, congratulations, Joe. well done on your losing the 25 pounds, and boy, you sure look great, and boy, and how did you manage to do it, and all this. So in the video affirmation, you can do it in the interview or in the group format. Now, in the types of questions that I asked Roy to ask me, one of them was this: how do you feel now that you accomplished the goal? And the other question was, did you acquire any new insights, any new skills, any new awareness as you were progressing toward this goal? He also asked, what was supportive, what was helpful to you, what helped you make this goal? And also, what were some of the barriers, hindrances, what were the obstacles, what was some of the resistance you encountered, and how did you overcome that resistance? Then I wanted him to ask me this question: if you were to sabotage this goal, that is to go back and gain the weight again, what might happen in your life that you might do that would sabotage this goal, or that would dismantle or take apart this hard work that you've done? And so I asked him to ask me these questions because I knew it would challenge my thinking in order to come up with ideas on how to get there, and to kind of be prepared for dealing with obstacles, and even create strategies in advance for how to deal with obstacles even when I got there. And I'm happy to state that on these two video affirmations that Roy helped me to make, just in this interview format, I've already made progress. I have more money than I had when I started it a week ago, and I'm feeling more confident, and have learned a lot of new strategies on how to find the woman of my dreams as well. So I'm a good example of the success, even in partially, of these video affirmations. Well, in addition to a video affirmation, you know, a lot of people drink coffee, so I thought, instead of just having your name on a coffee cup, why not have your affirmation on a coffee cup? And I call this a cup formation, or like a coffee mug, I could call it a mug formation. And a video affirmation, I sometimes call this a video formation, you know, combining the words. Well, there's also this thing, a shirt formation. And I have shirts that have the names of different cities, like the name London, England, Paris, France. Those are two places I like to go. I call these a shirt formation. It's an affirmation on a shirt. And I do this so that it engages other people. When they see this, they ask me, like I went to the Pike Place Market a few months ago with one of these shirts, and it said Paris, France, and people asked me, oh, are you from Paris? I said, no, but I wear this because I'd like to go there, and I'd like to meet people who also want to go there, or who maybe are from there, so that I have someone to stay with when I go there, things like this. Well, the other type of affirmation is when you wear a sign. I call this the sign formation. And I don't know if you can see this on the video. This says Vancouver, Canada, and this says London, England. And this is another one that says Paris, France. Well, when I went to the Pike Place Market, I wore this sign. You know, if a person goes to like a convention at a, you know, they might say Joe from Minneapolis. Well, I have this, it says David, Paris, France. So people saw this and they asked me about it. So when you wear a sign formation or a shirt formation, it invites other people to participate with you in this affirmation. Because I lost the weight, I'm designing a shirt right now that says, you know, move more, eat less. And when people ask me about that, hey, what does that mean, move more, eat less? I'm going to say, well, I recently lost 25 pounds, and this is a reminder for myself that that's how I'm going to keep that weight off. And I still have a few more pounds I'd like to lose. It'll remind me to continue to work toward that. You can also make a newspaper headline that says, okay, David just, you know, Joe lost 25 pounds. I call this a news formation. You could also make an audio recording and play it back just like a news headline, and I call this a news formation. And by the way, another way of doing an affirmation is by acting it out. I call this a kinesthetic affirmation, because kinesthetic, it means moving. You can also call it a move formation or a dance formation, because you're creating some type of emotion or some type of a dance, maybe a dance step, that somehow symbolizes or reminds you of this goal you'd like to accomplish. And the idea of putting this a dance formation, or I call it an act formation, is because here you are using an affirmation that's already getting you into action. Because you see, affirmations by themselves might not do very much. It might inspire you to put more attention on this goal, and it might help you find more opportunities. It might increase the probability of taking action. But that's really the purpose of the affirmation, to influence you and to encourage you, to put you in a more positive state where you're more accepting and more courageous to take action. So this dance formation, I think, is a great way of doing an affirmation, because it's acting out an affirmation. Also, when you make the video affirmation, again, you're putting some action into it in the form of an interview, or when you're there with 3 or 4 of your friends and you're making like a party or a celebration, you're acting out something, so you're already getting into motion. And when you use other people, invite other people to help you with this, they will also help to brainstorm and come up with ideas on how you can take more action toward your goals, and you can likewise help them. One other type of affirmation, I call it a song formation, and that is a song that you might, compose that might be an affirmation. You think of a little tune, kind of like the advertising industry they call them a jingle. It's a little song, and it makes us kind of remember about that product, that store, or whatever they're advertising. So use these affirmations yourself for your benefit to the goals that you would like to accomplish. And again, remember, an affirmation is no guarantee that you're going to, you're going to get what you want. But because you use an affirmation in a repetitive way, it is very helpful to you in reminding you and putting you more in the mindset to take the action. And I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me, even though I'm not so well rested today, and I may have been stumbling and ranting and raving just a bit. And again, I ask you to, on anything you may have learned from this video, to think about it in perspective of service to other people. How might you benefit somebody from any idea that you got while listening to this video? Because as you serve others, you become more mindful of how you too can serve yourself and how you can be served. And the more you serve others, the more welcoming you are toward others being of service to you. And for asking for help, support, and to get more educated, you get more inspired to become educated and trained and skilled, the more you help others, because when you see the value that you're giving to others, it generally inspires you to keep on doing it and even go further and do it in even a higher quality way. So again, thank you for taking the time to listen to this video on the subject of video affirmations. Thank you.